Hey guys, Welsknight here, bringing you another brand new episode of Welsknight's Realm, my single-player vanilla Minecraft series. And in today's episode, we're going to be heading back towards the skeleton farm, which is over this way. And we're going to take these sponges with us that we got from the ocean monument in the last episode. That was a very interesting experience. It actually went better than I expected. Didn't really loot as much from the ocean monument as I probably should have, as far as like prismarine blocks and stuff like that goes. I probably should have loaded up on that before I came back, but that's all right. We can see our skeleton spawner location kind of sticking up from the ocean there. I marked it with a few gravel pillars. So that is what we're going to be working on, for the moment at least. Let's go ahead and kind of make our way over there. And, ooh, can I make that jump? Let's test my parkour skills, guys. Oh, yeah. That's about what I expected. Anyway, let's head on over here. And I did bring some gravel with me. I did bring some other materials with me. What I want to do, the skeleton farm is pretty much straight below this, but down at Y level 25, and we are currently at Y level 63. So, what I want to do is fill this with gravel, and then that will make, obviously, an air pocket down there. Then I want to go ahead and surround, like, a little area around here with some sort of material. At the moment, I'm leaning towards diorite. That's what I brought with me. But I'd really like to use, like, sandstone. Sandstone would be awesome. Unfortunately, I don't know if I have any sandstone. There we go. So, this is the bottom of the tunnel. Let's take these ladders right here and make a ladder that goes all the way back up. That way we can get up and down safely. Like so. Beautiful. Okay. Let's see. Now, we need to figure out how much farther down we gotta go to reach that skeleton spawner. So, let's dig. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, I know you're never supposed to dig straight down, but I'm doing it anyway. And it actually wasn't a whole lot farther than I had thought it was originally. So that works pretty well. Let's put our ladder going back up. There we go. So here's a skeleton spawner. It's in an abandoned mine shaft, as you see, which means there's a little bit of cleanup that we're going to have to do to kind of prep the skeleton spawner, as far as getting rid of some of this random stuff. Go away. Anything else over here? This stuff's probably going to have to go as well. There we go. And we're going to want to make sure... Oh, actually, I can take this with me now, too, now that I actually have inventory space while I'm here. And I think we want probably a 9x9 around the skeleton farm. So, let's clear out everything that doesn't fit within that radius. Let's see. Here we go. Because we want to make sure we have the spawn area correct. I'm sorry, Torch, you're going to have to move. So this is 2, 3, 4. There we go. So basically, easiest way to find a 9x9 area is just to pick the center point and go 4 in every direction. So this right here would be a 9x9. There we go. And that goes 4. That goes 4 as well. Here is 4, so this stuff needs to all come out. And coming over to right here. Okay. So far, so good. 9 would be right here. Okay. So there we go. Now we do need to get rid of this because I want to make sure that... ooh, hello, iron. I actually need you. Come here. There we go. We want to make sure that there is ample room above and below the spawner as well for things to spawn. But this should essentially be a 9x9. Let's take our cobble and fill in those holes like so. And then we'll fill in this stuff as well. 4, so these are actually going to have to go. Oh, hello, skeleton. Looks like there's a spawnable area right over here. And probably over here, too. Let's deal with that. There we go. Okay. So we got our 9... 1, 2... Oh! Oh, that was an accident. There we go. 1, 2, 3... Okay, so then this wall goes here. I know we're blocking off a fairly significant portion of the abandoned mine, but you know what? That's okay. It's not the end of the world. There we go. And except for the spot where we have a ladder, let's actually put a torch up there. Except for the spot where we have a ladder, this should do the trick. Although I may actually need to gather a little bit more. Oh no, I've got a bunch of cobblestone with me. We're good. We're good. I've got a whole stack here that I didn't even know that I had. Awesome. Okay. So here's our 9x9. Except that is not 9x9. Now it'll be a 9x9. Counting. Counting is an important life skill, my friends. If you are not very good at counting, I suggest you practice. I need to practice myself, it seems, because this was not a accurately measured farm, at least the first time around. There we go. That is much better. Okay, so we got ourselves a 9x9. Now, we want to go ahead and bring this down another 2. It's also going to give us all this lovely mossy cobblestone, which we don't have any yet at the moment, although we are right next to a swamp, so we could always make mossy cobblestone. It wouldn't be all that challenging, but for now, I'll just steal the mossy cobble that's here and make use of that. Here we go. Oh! Oh no! Get it. There we go. And we need to make sure that as we're doing this, we are replacing the torches that we're putting down. Otherwise, we're going to get attacked by skeletons and things as we're actually working on the skeleton farm. And obviously, that is not a good thing. So, let's get this cleared out. And I'm going to tell you what, guys. Actually, I'm going to get this cleared out, and I will be back in just a little bit. All right, guys. I am back. We've got our 9x9 all cleared out here. I am going to put down a couple more torches just to make sure we are not getting spawned on while we're here. But I think that will do nicely. So we're going to head back up to the surface and start working a little bit. Oh, hell yeah. We'll head back up to the surface and start working on the next phase of the project. So, let's see. I took a chest and I just put it right here because this whole thing, this is just temporary anyway. I see you, zombie. Do you see me? I bet you do now. Goodbye. So let's grab some diorite. And, actually, let's grab the sponges right away, too. Maybe, actually, let's grab all the diorite. And let's head on down to the bottom of the sea. So, what we need to figure out, first of all, how close is this point right here? Because the spawner is at 25, and you got to be within 16 blocks. So actually right here does appear to be within the 16 block limit. So that's good. That means that we can clear away some of this and still have enough room for our structure that we want to build. Now, I apologize if it's really dark. It's really dark for me too, guys. Ooh, can I make it to the surface before I run out of oxygen? Probably not. That's alright, we'll take a little bit of damage, but we'll be okay. I do have a helmet that's enchanted to allow me to breathe underwater for much longer, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay. So we know that this is a valid spot for spawning mobs from the spawner. So, let's do this. Let's take you guys right here out. And for now, let's replace you with diorite, just like this. I'm going to want this to be a bigger area. I know that much for sure. There we go. And we'll get that going. And actually, one thing we could do, just to make this a little bit easier on ourselves, is to just make a little breathing hole right here. There we go. That'll make this go much faster. I don't have to go all the way up to the surface just to catch a breath. There we go. I also do have the Aqua Affinity enchantment, which allows me to mine underwater at full speed. So that also makes this a much more doable project. I don't think this is something that I could do realistically if it were not for those enchantments. Otherwise, it would just be too much of a headache, honestly. Nobody really likes being able to have all their movement restricted and be able to mine blocks incredibly slowly and all that. It's just not a good time. So, there we go. And sure, let's actually put a torch in there. Light it up a little bit. Ooh, the glowing lights. Okay, anyway, I digress. So this is our center right here. And if I remember correctly, the mob spawner itself is like right down there. Although ultimately, that's really not going to make a difference, is it? This will be fine, because we're going to port the mobs into us. So let's just kind of get like a little room type thing going. Like this. Right now I'm going for function over form. I just want it to be enclosed so I can whip out my amazing sponges and actually do something productive down here. And this is really, man, this is ugly. That's all right. We'll fix it up. It'll look good once it's all done. I promise you that much. If I wanted an ugly farm, I'd just make a simple drop farm and not even worry about it. But I'm going to do this one with some fancy stuff. Should be good once it's all said and done. And the big thing is just getting some sort of presence established down here, if you know what I mean by that. Just making sure that we actually have some sort of breathable air and, you know, all that kind of good stuff. So we don't have to worry so much as we expand on it. It's a lot easier to fight water than it is to outright... yeah, there we go. Than it is to try and work around it. So, there we go. In other words, it's a lot easier to do something like this once you've got a good chunk of it all taken care of. So, that should be a decent height, I think. Yeah, I think that should be good. So let's take our diorite. Oh, I derped it up. Get that. There we go. And we'll just bring that over here. This is going to be the roof level. Although it's not really going to be a true roof so much as just top of a box. Before we clean it up and make it look pretty anyway. Now here... Ooh, this is going to be really hard. Oh, that's going to be ridiculous. I don't know. Oh, and I bet that just knocked off all my ladders too. Because now water's seeping in. Oh, man. Let's see if it's even possible to place. Is it possible to place a block that fast? No, it's not. Okay. Well, that's rather unfortunate. Okay, we'll be fine. For now, we'll worry about that in a minute. For now, let's just go ahead and make the roof on this thing. I'm going to leave a hole over here intentionally because I want to be able to get back up to the surface through the water if necessary, since I'm pretty sure I just destroyed all of my ladders and stuff. So we'll just do a little bit of this. There we go. Oh, I'm out of air. I am out of air. That's okay. Go get air. Air. Beautiful. Now, we've got these sponges. So, I think what we'll do is I'm going to destroy this whole giant gravel thing. The whole thing. Since all of our ladders are gone anyway. Oh, yeah, actually, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. And we're just gonna tear it all down. All the way until we get down into the actual andesite box itself. And then we'll seal it off. Yeah, oh, wow, actually some of our ladders... Oh, ladders stop water, don't they? I had forgotten about that. I thought that I forgot. Okay, cool. That's awesome. But this needs to be sealed. Like so. There we go. Seal. We're gonna need some air. Grab that. Looking good. And now, let's put these sponges to work. Bam, sponge. Bam, sponge. 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 Look at that. We still got this little derpy section over here, but that's only because it's pouring out from right there. That is a beautiful thing. We have a room that is underwater, that is waterproof, airtight, all that kind of good stuff. We don't need this anymore. You can go, and we can put some torches in here to light this baby up. And now everything should work beautifully. There we go. And we still have our ladder down here to get all of our ladders and stuff. There we go. Nice. Okay. That's not too bad. That is not too bad at all. Now, we do need to do something with all of this. If we want this to be diorite, this is pretty much all going to have to be diorite. We don't want to pick and choose little individual spots. We want to either do the whole thing or none of it. So we'll do some of that. I'm still not entirely sold. In fact, I'm very against the idea of having the entire room be diorite. We're going to change that up. And we'll use, I don't know, we'll use maybe some sandstone, I think would be great, but I gotta find a desert first before we can do that. Almost tempted to go back to the ocean monument and try and snag some more prismarine blocks. And I know I want glass in here so you can actually see. But for now, we've got a pretty good start on this skeleton farm, I think. We're off to a pretty good start. So guys, I am going to go ahead and end the episode right here. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.